Yeah.
Turn it up. Do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do.
You have to do that every time.
All right.
Back to another episode of House Divided Sports Podcast. And we are back with an NFL episode. Basketball's starting soon, so we're going to get back in our basketball bag. You know, basketball's Fridays. We're going to mix football in. We're going to find a way to get them both in between. But this episode will be dedicated strictly towards football. And it'll talk about this week, Crazy Sunday. There was a crazy Sunday of football. Going to get to two on the Dolphins. Going to get to last Thursday matchup with Herbert and Milhomme. Got to talk about Kyler, let me run the ball, Murray. And then we also got to get into the brawl. That really wasn't a brawl. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how the AFC North fell the fuck off this week. All right, guys. I'm here with my guys, Chubb. Smoog will be joining us in shortly. And then we also got Mr. Finn Guy himself. He was once a two ahead and now he's a two a lover. We got Joey in the building.
You better buy the jersey.
Fellas?
Two a time, man. What's up, man? All my Dolphins fans, I know y'all happy. This is a win that we deserved for a long time. Dolphins fans, you know, we've been here thinking through, man. I remember we had, what was his name? Oh man,
Chris Lemon.
Oh my, not even. Damn, that's a throwback, man. We had
Chris Lemon.
We had Brian Greasy.
He had Pat White at one point. You know that?
Pat White, man.
He did have Pat White at one point. That's crazy.
Chad Pennington was
a lot of quarterbacks have come through that organization.
Chad Pennington was my guy when he was on.
Yo, Pennington was lit for y'all.
He won. He took us to the playoffs one year when we ran Wildcats,
Matt Moore,
and that's
Matt
it.
Moore.
Yeah, I went to that playoff game.
Who else?
We played the Ravens, and the Ravens
I went to that playoff game.
Skunked us.
Jay Cutler. you had Jay Cutler.
We had a lot of people, man. We had a lot of people.
Hey, keep naming them.
Smooth did join. What's good, Smooth?
Yo.
All right, man.
Oh man.
Big dubs.
Is Leighton joining?
Hey, I got a question. If your team won this week, raise your hand. Oh man, that must suck. If your team undefeated, raise your hand.
Raise your hand, you dick. Oh.
Raise your hand if your team been to the playoffs in the past 10 years.
Touche.
All right, man. Before we go ahead and get started on this episode, we got a few housekeeping things. If you're on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all that are coming through each and every week. TikTok, House Divided Sports Podcast. You guys know where we're at. I promise we're gonna get stuff in here. I finally figured out how to edit it the way I want to. So I got some clips coming. You are going to get that Julian Edelman is just as good as Cooper Kupp clip coming real soon. You're echoing, DM.
Another week of receivers having just as good of a week as Cooper Kupp, man. So
yeah, Dio, you echoing, bro.
I'm echoing.
Put some goddamn headphones in.
Echo cancellation.
Put that. Like that. Hey, hit the settings and make sure things on.
But yeah. All right, man. FT Entertainment. That's gonna change soon. There's gonna be some new Instagram and Twitter. Twitter, you guys know hdsportspod is where to find us at. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's just get into it. The Ravens blow a 21-point lead. 2% franchise record. 6 touchdowns in the game. Looking like Dan the Man Marino. And I'm not going to go first. I'm going to let the Dolphins guy go first. Joe, start us off.
I got a couple things, man. I want to first talk about the Ravens. Right? Why they lost that game. Because they did lose that game. Let's put that. And I'm not taking anything from Tua. They we got to do to perform. But in the fourth quarter, actually, I'm not going to say fourth quarter. I'll probably say the last 15, maybe 16 minutes of that game. You guys only had, 36 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson had only, after that big running play that he had, he only had 89 yards to get 3 points.
What else happened in that time frame?
Listen, I'm not done. I just want to talk about the offense because at the end of the day,
Talking about the offense.
I was talking about the offense. I was talking about the Ravens' offense. I said about the rushing. I was talking about the whole entire rushing.
Okay.
I said the rushing wasn't well. Your defense folded. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to also with the D line that y'all have. I'd expected more sacks, but I feel like our offensive line played very well. Another thing, it's also hard to cover two of the fastest people in the NFL. Even though Tua, and I admit Tua is underthrowing Tyreek, but who cares? He's throwing touchdowns, right? He's throwing touchdowns. That was just a performance I didn't expect. I'm just happy that it did happen. I'm happy it was versus the Ravens, but I don't want to take away how smart and intelligent is Mike McDaniels. He put his players in the best position to score. He took his players. It doesn't matter what position you play. He's going to put you in the right spot to get open. And Tua just made the right reads. He made the right throws, the good throws. Great throw to Gesicki in the back of the end zone. And I think honestly, what set it off was Waddle. Waddle set it off, and then Tyreek just finished it with the 2 bombs at the end, and that was it, man. That was it. That's all I got. That's really all I gotta say.
Hey, you almost got everything right. You talking about the offense, you talking about that offense in the last 16 minutes. In that last 16 minutes, what did I said happened? You forgot when we talked about earlier pre-pod. Mark Andrews dropped the touchdown in that time frame.
And that's part of your offenses, right? Isn't that a mental mistake?
But you're talking about big things, and then you missed.
But that's a mental.
You forgot
best tight end in the league.
But that's a mental. But that's a mental
100
mistake.
yards and a tutty and 11.
But that's still a mental mistake. That's not that again. That's why I said that's one of the reasons why the Ravens lost because their offense 100%. Didn't perform at 100%. A good level in the second half. When I'm gonna tell you why the Ravens. If you're in the fourth quarter and you only give your team 3 points, and you see this team and your defense is not playing well, you have to help your defense. The same way your defense was helping you in the first half, giving you the ball so you can score. You have to score. All I think what happened was that they just got out-coached. They got out-coached, and then they had certain times to make plays, and they didn't make the plays. And guess what happened? Dolphins made the plays.
So you're telling me when you're up 21 with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, correct? I get that they didn't help the defense, but the defense can't get one stop on a 3-touchdown lead.
It's all about what you need. It's all about what you need, right?
To be realistic, I told you guys won the game. It's the NFL. It's I don't care. You won. It's week 2 also. We're acting like this is
correct.
Crucial game. We're 1-1. You guys are 2-0. Cool.
Nah.
Congratulations.
I want you to know if you're 2-0 and we were 1-1, you will be talking differently. That's all I'm saying.
But also, I would be happy. I would be happy. But let's get to the real thing. We are 1-1. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson's play right now. He missed 9 months before playing a single down of football last week. He's got 6 touchdowns already. 1 interception, 532 yards. And he has a very high accuracy completion percentage. He's balling. MVP. That's what I told you. He's an MVP for him. Can we all agree he's playing very good football? I mean,
I did mention that Lamar Jackson had 89 yards in the last 16
get it.
89 yards.
I get it.
And
I get it.
3 points.
How many times he passed the ball?
Guys seem to get 3 points. And I'm not saying it's Lamar's fault.
They were running the football when they had 3 touchdowns.
Lamar cannot do everything. They couldn't run.
That's what the problem
Lamar
is.
cannot do everything.
They can't run right now.
Right. Their run game is not great. But at the end of the day, our defense, our run defense is great. DL knows that. We did that to the New England Patriots week 1. They couldn't run the ball. Our run defense is great.
We also
that still couldn't. Well, we stopped our second half when it mattered, and we start scoring and we start winning.
And our run defense,
right? Exactly, adjustments. Second half team.
But again,
and it seems like the Ravens is not a second half team.
Also, like I said in pre-pod, that was Marcus Peters' very first game. He was on a snap count. He wasn't really playing the whole game. They had their third string, Brandon Stevens, missed the game completely. So they had 2 rookies rotating with Marlon Humphrey against really getting their first NFL bump, which that's on the Ravens. You're putting them against Jalen Waddle and Tyreek. That's hard for any rookie. Let's be real. First time you're ever seeing that. Kyle Hamilton screwed up big time. You got to know your assignments, dude, if you're going to be in the game. And I was high on you.
DL.
He completely blew it.
What do you want to
Hey,
remember when
Dio, this actually, he's right about Kyle Hamilton, but this actually goes back to last week.
let me be right. Let me be right.
Stop. You're going to be right again. Let me vibe. Kyle Hamilton thought he had a play, and he made blown coverage by not doing his assignment by going cover 2. Who did that last week? And Harbaugh came out and said that was a blown coverage, not a blown play. Hey.
So are y'all agreeing with me that that's wrong coverage? Is blown coverage?
No,
he said he was in wrong coverage, right?
No, he tried to make a play. He tried to make a play on a crossing route and didn't.
So that's not blown coverage,
bro. That is blown coverage. He didn't do his assignment.
Leighton, hold on, Tom. Let's intervene. Leighton, what do you consider blown coverage? You play DB. We got another DB on here. What do you consider blown coverage?
Wait,
I just want to hear an opinion from a DB, bro. He gonna talk about the Ravens in a second.
Let's get it to the next segment. Let's get that in the next segment.
It disappointed me. They deserve to lose. But Lamar is balling this year. So.
I have a.
Yeah, pay that man.
All right.
He's making Rashad Bateman, who's lit, by the way. And
I'll let you guys
look good.
I'll let you.
Bateman's balling. Wayne. Bateman balling, Wayne. Bateman balling, Wayne.
I mean, but you put it this way, there was a lot of man coverage. There was a lot. They do a lot of man coverage with Miami.
Who was right, Wayne?
And so it's harder. It's always harder to do man coverage.
I was right.
But second half, there was not. It was.
He already doubled his touchdowns in 2 games in the whole year last year.
Let me go.
Keep balling, Wayne.
Let me go. So I have about 3 takeaways from that game because I didn't watch it. I was in Miami watching it. I was on the local channel.
Marcus Williams lit, by the way. Should have had 3 picks.
My first thing is before the season started, no need for your ad libs, buddy. Before the season started, I told someone that this defense was very overrated, and he came out and told me, according to PFF, they were a top 3, and they're going to be an elite defense. I told this guy that Kyle Hamilton, even worse. I told this guy that Kyle Hamilton, there was a reason why he dropped. Because after watching him in the preseason, I said this guy's a bum. And it's just everything's coming to fruition. It's happening in front of our eyes. About the Ravens defense.
I don't know, Layden. I'm gonna be honest. He missed tackles. He missed tackles last week. Well, Lane, before you got on, I told Joe this is week 2.
Yo! I did not say I was done. I did not say I was done.
It's only week 2. Let's calm down.
Let's
calm down.
I will say one thing. I'm gonna give Lamar a praise, and I'm gonna give him shit on him a little bit. Praise. I tweeted this during the game. Him being good friends with Hollywood Brown held him back. With these receivers, he's making things happen, and I'm glad to see that. He's
LeBron effect.
People wrong. It's not the LeBron effect because
yes, it is.
LeBron effect is why did he not let Hollywood look good? Because he's still ass, even with Kyle.
Hollywood have $1,000.
Yeah, bro. No, Hollywood disappointed me, bro.
Yeah.
Listen.
Go
ahead, Wayne. My bad.
Yo, Chubb, stop with your ad-libs, bro. But then I do have to get on Lamar because Chubb's telling me he's an MVP candidate, and I picked him to finish second in the MVP race. MVPs finish the game. MVPs can't score 3 points while the other team scores 28 points in the fourth quarter. MVPs cannot let that happen on their watch. We killed Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game for not scoring points and letting the Bengals come back. That was only 17 points.
Wayne.
Let me finish.
I don't want to blow receipts.
What are you talking about?
About your MVP dark horse. He's not going to be – yes, but that week after week 1, where was this energy when he wasn't hurt and he basically sold that team?
Did I not? Did I say
MVP should have won that game?
First of all, Lamar playing in perfect condition and
I'm just talking about
only 3 points.
Don't
cut me off. Lamar
horse.
Scoring.
I'm talking about your dark horse. I'm talking about your dark horse, and I hope he gets healthy. I'm talking about your dark horse.
This is why you can't talk about Lamar when Chubbs is on the mic because he doesn't let you finish your sentences.
Go.
I just praised him, and now you can't let me give him a critique without catching the hissy fit.
Go.
Come on, man.
Go.
MVPs can't have to score more than 3 points. That's point. I don't care if someone dropped the ball or not. He had, like Joey said, 16 other minutes in that game to make a play, and he did not make enough plays to win that game.
They were running.
I don't care if your running game is down or your running game is up. You have to be able to score more points. They just tied it up 35-35. You have to go down there and score a touchdown. Receiver dropped it. Oh, my bad. Come on, Lamar. Make something happen. We need you to make it happen. So that's my only critique. He can't score 3 points in the fourth quarter. 10 points in the second half while the Dolphins are littering it up. And then Tua for MVP?
No, stop it, bro.
Are we talking? Are we starting to talk?
Y'all about to make me mad, bro.
If Tua beats the Bills next week and
listen,
outstanding fashion,
fuck it,
he can win MVP, man. If he beats the Bills, go off the way he did. 469 yards, 6 touchdowns. Come on.
Book it.
You don't have. If Tua beats the Bills, bro, Tua beat the Patriots scoring 7 points. Like, what are you talking about? That's not a. He had
that was week 1.
No, man, no. This is week 1, bro. He had one, bro. Stop.
He dropped 42. He dropped 42. Wait, stop. So you said versus your Patriots that it has a good defense. He managed to score 6 points and still win the game, did not have no turnovers. We played the Ravens. That's supposed to have a good defense, great coach, great Lamar Jackson. But we come out and he dropped 42 on them, and you're saying, "Oh, well, now we're being extra." 42 points.
No, I'm talking about the Bills versus the Patriots. What team are you considering the better team? What team are you considering the better team between the Ravens?
Stop talking about the Patriots when you just saw what he did to the Ravens.
Dwayne, y'all lost this weekend. Don't talk while I'm talking. You talk because my team beat you this weekend. So I'll get back to you in a second. I'm talking about the fact because look, this is my point. I'm not Tua ball, hands down. I'll give him that. He balled. That was better. He had 500 yards.
Great game.
That is a great game. 6 touchdowns to 2 picks.
Hey,
I come back.
Wayne, and Joe, buy the jersey, Joe.
I will.
All right,
Wayne,
you saw my alley. Two all the way.
Wayne, the only thing I would do, I see where you're coming from when you say that about Lamar, but wasn't a couple weeks ago we were saying that Lamar didn't have top caliber receivers and he still put up 35 points.
Thank you.
And to say that he needs to score more points, that's kind of, I understand 3 points in the fourth quarter. That's but at the same time, bro, he had 4 total.
He got outscored 28-3 in the fourth quarter.
How are you
need to score more points?
But the defense can make a stop as well.
That's what I said.
If the defense makes, I'm just saying. They make one stop. If the defense can make one stop, we're not talking about Lamar at all. You're not critiquing Lamar at all.
Thank you. If Lamar got 3 points in the fourth quarter, I'm still talking about like, yo, Lamar, bro, you couldn't give us a touchdown.
But you can't say that. You can't say that and be like,
can we?
Like I said a couple of weeks ago, be like, oh, he ain't got no. They need to hit him some weapons. Like
guys, can we stop acting like this is Madden? This is football. You're up 3 scores. Are you not? Are you running the football or are you passing it out? You're running the football.
But check this out. Did you notice?
No. This is crazy.
I got you. Check this stat out. They were 3 for 10 on third down conversions.
They can't run. They went on fourth down 3 times, 2 in positive territory. 4th and 1 didn't get it. If we get field goals,
Whose fault is that?
That's hardball.
That's Lamar not having playmakers.
Not Lamar.
They were playmaking all game. I'm not hearing that, bro.
But those are the same receivers you said was starting.
Bro,
I'm not playing that. I'm not hearing that.
If we get 2, we're winning the game.
Yeah. Y'all didn't get the first down because of y'all not running the ball well. Y'all didn't get the first down because
come on now.
So you telling me y'all never threw the ball on third down, Chubbs?
They probably did. They did a lot, but we had a lot of 3rd and shorts and we didn't get it. That ended up being 4th and 1.
And I'm going for it.
We didn't get it.
No, but so what I'm saying is still the team's fault.
But 2 of them were field goals.
The team folded, but I understand what Wayne's saying. As an MVP, if that's Aaron Rodgers, we're expecting Aaron Rodgers to go down the field, score a touchdown. If that's Tom Brady, we're expecting him to go down the field, score a touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers' run game was kind of helping him out this week.
I'm just saying.
If we're talking about MVP caliber quarterbacks, we expecting them to go down the field and score.
I'm in the middle with that statement because, like I said, a couple weeks ago, we were saying that Lamar has no weapons, and to put up 35 points like in 3 quarters, that's
in 2 games, he has proved that these guys are capable of scoring.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, the defense. He was 21 for 29, 319 with great tutties. 0
and we say now. Can we get rid of that notion now that he does have weapons because they can score?
He has capable receivers that underrated.
He has that's playing it. They played against a good defensive team, and they were scoring.
Jets are not a bad defense.
And two of his receivers had over 100 yards.
I'm just saying, I don't think you can blame Lamar, bro.
I don't think you can blame Lamar because at any other day, any quarterback that has that type of stat line, they win.
Let's get off Lamar. First
of all, no one is blaming Lamar. All we say he got to do is score.
You can't critique him. There's no critiques. There's no critiques. That's what I'm saying.
You can.
Yes, you can.
Let's get off Lamar for a minute, and let's say that the Ravens has a capable receiving core for them to score touchdowns even late in the game. Am I wrong?
They do.
Okay.
They got Mark
Andrews. You have Mark Andrews.
You got Rashad Bateman.
Bateman is looking good.
He's good.
Duvernay was looking good the last 2 weeks.
He got a concussion.
It can happen, right?
Yeah, he got a concussion. So
okay,
and Prochet wasn't out there either.
Right.
So we had Kylan Wallace.
And you guys were doing these things against a good defense, which is Miami's defense. So they're capable of doing it. So we can't sit here and say he doesn't have capable players to score touchdowns down the field late in the game when he needs it. Because he has Mark Andrews, one of the top 2 tight ends in the league.
I'm just saying,
if he's dropping a touchdown, that's a mental thing, and that's on Mark Andrews.
Correct. Let's just calm down.
That guy got a problem with dropping stuff.
It's week 2.
He do. We got a problem with dropping stuff.
It's week 2.
You can't be the best at your position if you are always dropping stuff.
Wayne. You said Mr. Trubisky's the best quarterback in the AFC North. So, like, pipe down.
And now it's Stark Kenny.
Pipe down.
That's cool. And obviously, come on. I picked us to finish third in the division anyway. Before the season started, when I said trolling was over and it's time to talk ball, because Wayne knows ball. And what I told you was, y'all defense was ass, and it was going to come back and bite you in the ass. And it did. Because that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, 13 seconds left at the fourth, going into the fourth quarter. Did you see that pass, 13 seconds left in the third quarter.
Did you see the highlight?
13 seconds left.
That was crazy. The guy was in front of him. That was a crazy pass. The guy was in front of him.
The most accurate quarterback in the
NFL. I think it was
NFL.
Marcus Williams, too, who had 2 picks. Yeah.
The most accurate quarterback in the NFL.
God, we are not. All right, so back to that point. I stopped before I had to say what I was going to say. Y'all see what happened to Joe Burrow, right? He had it one good year, and now what? And now he's trying.
Bro, I told you. Wait. Didn't I say that team was overrated?
Keep riding this bro,
I said that team was overrated, bro. I told that team was overrated.
Wait.
I told that team was overrated.
Hold on, bro. I gotta mute everybody, bro. Hold on, I gotta mute you. Yo, y'all yelling over each other, bro. Relax. We hype. Just relax. Bro,
Bengals overrated.
Everybody get that.
Wait a second.
No, Joey, they skipping ahead and deflecting. Let's stop the deflecting. Let's stop the deflecting. We'll talk about the Bengals
later. Leighton was about to talk.
Don't disrespect Joey like that, though. You said the schedule. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree with that.
But everybody got hurt in the division. So, like,
they was praising Joe. But
let's go back though.
They got the same team and supposedly a better.
We're not going to sit here. We're not going to sit here and say that their offensive line is great.
Let's not go to the Bengals, man.
But that's all I gotta say.
I'm ready for the smoke now. Come on, DL, bring it on. Bring it on. Bro. Let's get to the Steelers Patriots. Bring it on.
Hey, you talking all that noise, and you lost to a team that. I'm sorry, DL. They did not have a good off-season out of camp. That's what the reports were. They did not look.
Tell y'all, bro.
They did not look good past week 1.
Shout out to Chris and Wayne because both of y'all picked against my team when I saw it. Don't y'all bypass stuff. I know. I said that. First of all, I said I'm not a Mac Jones fan. I've said that. I said I don't know what the Patriots are going to do. However, what did I always say? We have a Bill Belichick, bro. And when you have a Bill Belichick, who's arguably the greatest coach of all time, they always have a chance, bro. Our defense has been solid, and that's the reason why we have been in the past 2 games in which we've played. We've only given up 14 points in the past 2 weeks, touchdown wise. And against a Dolphins team, I think that's pretty good. And against the Steelers team, I think that's pretty good as well because all the weapons that we was talking about them having, Najee Harris, Chase Claypool. Mind you, Deontay Johnson was cooking Jalen Mills left and right, all the way up the field. But I think the fact that our defense bends and doesn't break is what's going to keep us always in the conversation to, be a contender. I don't know what to say about the Steelers. I got them finishing at least 500.
Nah,
but I knew they wasn't going to beat us.
I
knew they wasn't going to beat us.
I don't think they're making playoffs this year.
I thought it was a pretty good game. Like I have nothing really bad to say about the Steelers. I just know that we beat y'all. And that's the same team. The Patriots is the same team that y'all saying is not going to be good. Yeah, we 1-1. We got the same record. And we got y'all next week, Chris. So yeah, I'm anxious to see how that's going to work. You're not worried about it.
I'm not. No.
We'll see.
I'm not. But, I mean, definitely. I mean, we're not going to give I don't want to give the excuse about T.J. Watt to Wayne.
I'm waiting for him to say that.
But when
you don't have a pass rusher, that affects the game.
The guy that replaced him, Highsmith didn't look too great from what I saw highlights wise, and you got to get pressure on a quarterback. So I mean,
I agree. You got to do what you got to do. You got to play with what you got.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Steelers just had 2 nail biter games against your team's not. I mean, people weren't suspecting a lot out of the Patriots.
They're not.
The Bengals are the most overrated team.
First of all, for y'all to say, "Oh, they ain't got T.J. Watt and they ain't have whoever," I don't know if Wayne gonna say that, but I know that makes a big difference. But think about it: we don't have a quarterback, we don't have a big play receiver. Bro, do not sit up here and act like Mac Jones is good, Dwayne. Don't sit up here and act like Mac Jones is a top quarterback, bro. He's not. Stop it.
Thinking about it.
We don't have a good play. We have a decent running back, but we don't have any names on our offense at least. So don't set up and you tweet it. You got Nelson Aguilar, Mawson niggas. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, watch it. Watch language.
Excuse me, Nelson Aguilar, Mawson ninjas.
Bet. So Wayne is going into, I don't even know what's happening.
The Matrix.
Yeah, he's going to.
He already got 2 screens up.
Pardon the interruption type thing. But hey y'all, I got a dip, so y'all have a good rest of the podcast. I got a film review.
Yeah. All right, man. See ya. You guys, go ahead, Layton. Go ahead.
You probably got to turn your volume up, Layton. You keep on cutting in and out a little bit. You good? I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh, the Patriots and the Steelers, I was just saying we ain't got no offensive weapons for real, but our defense been keeping us in the game for the past 2 weeks. I'm not sold on Mac Jones, bro. But that's my thing. Look at the passes that he's throwing, bro. He's throwing jump balls to these boys, bro. Jacoby Myers is our best receiver, bro. He's by far our best receivers. But if you're going out there expecting, bro, when he threw a jump ball last week to who was it, Devontae Parker, ended up getting picked off because Devontae Parker couldn't make a play on the ball. He did the same thing this week, and it was well covered. I understand if he's throwing jump balls to Devontae Adams or a Diggs or he's throwing jump balls instead of going through his progressions like he should. I mean, he made some good passes. I'm not about to sit up here and say he didn't make some good passes, but he made a lot of bad passes as well. We don't have a big name receiver, so I feel like it's better for him to be driving or trying to drive the ball instead of trying to throw up the ball. That's the only time we score, bro. Seriously. I'm just not sold on Mac Jones, bro. I don't know what else to say. And I've been saying this for the past 2 years.
I can agree. I can agree with what you're saying about Mac Jones. I was never sold on him either. I think last year he was pretty high. They overrated last year. Just because he was Patriots in the Bill Belichick system, I think people just like him at that. And I think that system works for anybody in that situation because we've seen him do it. 2 things. I am not impressed by either team. Obviously. I'm not impressed by the Patriots because the Steelers offense, they're just not. We just know their offense is not capable of doing what they can do. The only thing I am impressed about is that y'all ability to run the ball. Y'all ability to run the ball. Y'all was running the ball well. And that's what helped y'all get down the field, score, and everything. And that's where we see Mac Jones play well, when y'all can run the ball well. And that's typically y'all offense, and that's what Tom Brady was. He was a game manager. And that's what Mac Jones is. He's a game manager, but he's not as good as Tom Brady. He's not at that level. So I think he needs more time to develop to get into that person. But I think, again, the Steelers, they only scored one touchdown last week against the Bengals, which, I mean, their defense, did they bring everybody back on their defense? I'm not too sure. I know some of them might have came back. But the Steelers to one touchdown, I'm not that impressed. I'm waiting for you guys to play the Bills, see what you guys do there, and then see what, because again, first week playing the Dolphins, you allow one touchdown. That's Tua's first time in the game playing with Tyreek, playing with Waddle, and things like that. So now we play the Ravens is a different week. They got a win under their belt, probably feeling a little bit better, and he started making better throws. Because we saw week one, I felt like Tua just had the jitters week one. So I think that's why, playing you guys the first week was a little bit different, but also you guys stopping the Steelers for only one touchdown. I don't see that impressive because they did the same thing the week before. So I wait for y'all to play a better team. The Ravens next week is going to be a good challenge for y'all. So when I see how that defense performs with them, and I'm not saying that defense is not great, I'm just saying I'm not as impressed.
Because we were so sold on how good the Steelers offense was going to be regardless of who their quarterback was because of all the weapons that they have. So I'm just kind of like, ain't nobody hurt on their offense.
Yeah, but we were sold until game one, right?
Dwayne, you literally said that. You literally said that the Steelers. I'm bad. My bad. This is towards the line. You literally said you have the best QB room in the league, and you literally said you probably, arguably, have the best receiving core in the league. One of the best receiving cores in the league.
I'm just saying. I hate when people can't take, like, when somebody's trolling and they take it serious.
Bro, we do though.
No, we don't have one of the best fucking QB rooms in the league. We have one of the best receiving cores in the league on paper. I will not disagree there. Let's talk about this game. Any other quarterback would have won this game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm convinced Mason Rudolph would have won us this game. You guys only won because Gunnar Olszewski, who played for y'all last year, bum ass, I don't know why he's returning kicks. I guess he's a great punt returner. He muffed a punt on the freaking 17-yard line. That's why y'all scored. Y'all had that bomb at the end of the quarter, which should have been a pick. Or the DB just didn't make the play. Literally was gonna catch a pick. Didn't make the pay. Y'all didn't win this game. We lost this game. What? Mr. Trubisky had receivers open. Mr. Trubisky had receivers open all game long. He was holding the ball and throwing check downs all game long. I've watched the replay. George Pickens should have had over 100 yards receiving the way he was open all game long. But I mean literally all game long, Deontay Johnson, who you already said was cooking, and George Pickens were open literally down the field all game long. Mitch Trubisky is playing, I don't know if he's playing he's playing so conservative, it is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting the way he's playing conservatively. We cannot run the ball, that's a fact. But we have receivers that can go down the field and make plays. George Pickens, 6'1". Chase Claypool is 6'4". And we're not throwing no jump balls. It doesn't make any sense to me. Our guys can go up there and get the ball. Pat Freiermuth can go up there and get the ball. We were just not making plays. Mr. Trubisky was not throwing the right reads. He was not getting the ball. Our play calling is horrible, and that is it. We dropped a pick. We dropped another pick. Cam Sutton should have had a pick six, and Mac Jones literally threw it in his chest, and he dropped the pass.
He literally threw it. He was on his knees when he don't say whatever the pick. He wouldn't have got up and ran, bro. He would have called him. I give you that, but for you to say, bro, Nelson Aguilar made a play, bro. Like, and tell me that's the same thing you're saying, bro. Like Nelson, we made plays, bro. Mac Jones, he was
98% covered. Literally 98. Hold on, Joey. To your point about them running the game ball, they weren't really running the ball to the end of the game. They probably got the last 3 minutes. They got like 40 yards rushing. Before that, they were literally getting stopped. Damian Harris had those 2 big runs to close out the game. That was literally it. This is just bad Steelers. I'm not giving the Patriots any credit. This is just terrible, terrible Steelers.
Yeah, I say you can't take that play away from Nelson because he made a play. He made a play. If any other receiver makes that play, you're like, damn, he made that play.
No, he made a good play. But I'm saying our DB just played. He had terrible coverage.
It was there.
He had zero ball skills. Zero.
Yeah. That's bad. I don't know. Man. I think this
we still were coming down, getting ready to score, and then we got a key stop, and then he fumbles the punt. Like he caught a fair catch and muffed it. So he wasn't scared to get. I don't know what happened. So that's just my point with the whole thing.
I think the Steelers are in trouble, man. I think the Steelers in trouble. I don't see anybody in your QB room that I think it's pick your poison, right? Is you're gonna get somebody that's gonna play balls to the wall and probably get turnovers, or you have somebody that's played timid.
At this point, I'd rather have the turnovers. At this point, I would rather have the turnovers. But you
say that now, but when you think about it, you don't want a quarterback that turned the ball over. You never want a quarterback that.
At this point,
I would rather have somebody that's going to throw the ball downfield and give George Pickens and Chase Claypool a chance. And it's not like Mr. Trubisky doesn't have an arm; he has an arm. But the play calling is terrible. Matt Canada needs to be fired.
So I think that's the biggest thing. Why I think we're talking about the play calling, because I feel like that was always been an issue for Pittsburgh, offensive play calling.
Literally, the only reason we win games last year when we do the fourth quarter comebacks is because Big Ben would say, "Fuck what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. We are running what I say we're doing," and then that's what we would have to say.
I feel like Matt Canada. It's always been like that for you guys. Matt
Canada is playing absolutely terrible. Our offensive line played a little better yesterday, but Mr. Trubisky also held the ball a little too long as well. I just think this was bad Steelers. My name is Dwayne Start Kenny P. I really don't want Kenny to start, but at this point in the preseason, he showed us that he wasn't going to hold the ball too long. He's going to let that bitch fly, so might as well let him go in there and let that bitch fly. Because Mitch is not doing that. And we're not going to do that because we cannot run the ball with one of the best running backs in the league.
And that's sad because, y'all ran the ball well last year, which is crazy. And
No, we didn't run the ball well. We just ran that shit a lot.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Did he get over 1,000 yards last year?
Yeah, on 300-plus carries.
Yeah, he caught a lot of balls out of the backfield, too.
Yeah. So
they need to stop jumping over people. We're gonna get hurt.
He did jump over there.
He hurt.
He didn't even need to jump over there. He slapped He slapped his head down and was like, "Yo."
I honestly think the entire AFC North. The entire AFC North lost this week, right?
Yeah, the entire. Yeah, we're gonna stay in the AFC North.
We went out bad, bro.
Next game, every AFC team literally went out bad because they had fourth quarter collapse.
Yeah,
literally everyone. So the Browns lose to the Jets. To the Jets.
Yeah,
that was bad.
The AFC East. AFC East is whooping some.
We just think 30 last week.
31-30. 31-30.
We had some blood this week. Yeah, it was definitely out for blood this week.
31-30, the Jets beat them in a thriller. Garrett Wilson had 2 TDs, including a game-winning TD. They scored 2 touchdowns when they got the ball with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. They got the onside kick. A lot of people are criticizing Nick Chubb because he scored his 3rd touchdown, when if he would have just sat down on the goal line, they could have ran the timeout. But I still think if your team is up with 1 minute 45 and 2 touchdowns, you shouldn't blow that lead at the end of the day. But they never got a chance to touch the ball back on offense, and the Jets and Joe Flacco get a win. So, I mean, it's not really too many thoughts on the Browns because the Browns don't have their quarterback. So, I mean, Nick Chubb had a fabulous day, scored 3 touchdowns. It's sad that they win and they lost out like that. But I don't know if you guys have any comments.
Fantasy points. Definitely. I would have been mad if he would have failed.
Does that look good for Wilson? Does that look good for him? That Flacco go out there and win, with that team. I know we haven't seen him play.
Joe Flacco threw 4 touchdowns yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. And right now he is the 3rd second passing leader in the NFL. So how does that look for Wilson? So him coming back, you think they're gonna just bench him or they're gonna say, Joe, you're gonna have to sit down. You're not our guy.
I think if they win another game, then if they have a positive record, they have to keep Joe in there until it's time to get Zach.
I mean, they did that. Fitzpatrick. They did that with Fitzpatrick and Tua. They
waited till Fitzpatrick played ass, and then they was like, "All right, Tua, now you get back in."
He still had we just won the week before when they put Fitzpatrick in. We won the week before, and then they put Fitzpatrick in because they was like, Tua's our guy. Fitzpatrick's only had like a 1 year, $10 million deal. But it was like, yeah, no, we're going to put our guy in. So I don't know. Well, sucks for Joe. I like Joe. I told y'all he was elite. Man.
Yes, he is.
Man,
yes, he is.
No, let's not say elite.
Yes, he is.
I don't think Joe really. I mean, I'm not gonna say he don't care about playing, but I don't think he mind. He getting old. You know what I'm saying? He got to.
So you're telling me if Joe
get that backup QB bread?
If Joe is like balling enough, like yo, I could win awards, I can take a team to a championship. You think he won't do it?
He ain't doing that with this team.
He don't care. He don't. I think if he was to come back and get benched, he wouldn't make a big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's already a vet.
But you know, I will say this: on a scale of 1 to 10, if they have a winning record and Zach Wilson comes back, how much pressure does this put on Zach Wilson?
Oh, he's gonna play trash. He's gonna come back and play horrible, bro.
I think there's already pressure on Zach Wilson, bro. Like he hasn't done nothing since he played with the Jets, bro. He's always hurt.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think the pressure. I think if Joe Flacco, if Zach Wilson doesn't come back, then he might be a free agent next year. They might, you know what I'm saying? Like because he's, or they might build his contract contingent upon him staying healthy, bro. Like they're gonna have to. Bro.
And it also depends on the record because you gotta understand the quarterbacks that's coming in next year.
Yeah,
the Jets record. If the Jets or if their Joe Flacco couldn't hold it down well enough, and Wilson comes back and he's losing games. They're like, man, shoot, we're already tanking. We already got to. They have picks for probably next year too.
Yep.
Extra picks. So they're gonna make a move, go after a big quarterback, and get Zach out of there. And
that would be crazy.
And they've done it a lot though.
Yeah.
Ever since they lost, what's that dude, the butt fumble guy?
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez was lit at one point, and then he became the worst quarterback. And then they end up cycling through quarterbacks. So I think that's what they're going to go through again, man. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Now let's get to the next AFC North game. The Bengals lose to a backup quarterback in Cooper Rush. And so question for you guys.
Cooper Rush.
Were the Bengals overhyped?
Last year?
In general, were they overhyped coming into this year?
I mean,
because this team was the bona fide number one team in the AFC North to a lot of people. Bona fide top 3 seed.
The only thing that was overhyped was I feel like they lied to us when they said they fixed that O-line. When they said they fixed that O-line, they straight up lied to their fans, lied to everybody in the NFL, because Joe Burrows got sacked 6 times. You're
13 times in the first 2 games.
You're not winning a game if your quarterback is getting sacked 6 times. And that's just sacked. We're not even talking about QB hurries. We're not talking about knocked out. That's pressures. Joe doesn't have time. You give Joe time, he's gonna get the ball out for you, and he's gonna make plays because he has the receivers. He just doesn't have time, man. They did not. I said this on the last podcast. They failed Joe Burrows again. They failed him again. They helped him out by getting him Jamar last year. And I was like, man, y'all should have got an O-lineman. But they're like, no, Jamar, he's great. You're like, cool, man. But he's doing this with T. Higgins. He's doing it with Tyler. Jamar is great, but you got to protect your quarterback. You don't protect your quarterback, you can't win games. And that's all I got to say about that. And, yes, it looks bad for Dak Prescott. Yes, it does look bad for Dak. But it just the defense played great against the Bengals, and I couldn't say anything. The Rush did enough to win the game, and I don't know. Dak, I don't know if his season might be over. He probably come back later and do his thing. But
yeah, he's supposed to come back in 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. Well, then this year I ain't really talking too much about Dak. That injury just kind of like just.
Yeah, man ain't hurt, bro. His pride hurt.
No, he was hurt, bro.
I'm dead. All right, so I'm just gonna say, like Joey said, I agree with you, Joe. 13 sacks in 2 games is ridiculous. He got hit over 20 times in the last 2 games. He is on pace for 100 sacks to get sacked 100 times. If the Bengals don't fix this issue,
yeah, that's funny, bro.
He's on pace to get sacked 100 times this year.
That's insane.
If the Bengals don't find a way to protect Joe Burrow, we might see Andrew Luck 2.0
sooner.
Retiring early.
Sooner, man.
He might have to. Remember, he got hurt his rookie year because they couldn't protect him. So if he can't withstand this, they have to get these sacks down to at least.
But
10.
that's why I feel like they should be overrated, because if you look at it, their O-line's been trash for years now. Like this is.
They invested over $100 million in that O-line, though.
Who's the O-line coach? Because he ain't doing a good job.
No, it don't.
It's bad.
I'm not hearing it. I mean, yeah, but like, bro, it ain't $100 million for what? Like, they're getting cooked out there. Like, it's not even like, it don't even look like they want to be out there. Like, the effort ain't even there. Like, they just, it's like.
But
yeah, I don't even know.
We also have to put in mind that they did play 2 of the top pass rushing defenses. So versus that O-line, it's because Steelers pass rush defense is great. We can't deny that. The Cowboys,
but ain't that what you paid them for though?
Defense.
Like $100 million. They top AFC number 1 in the AFC. Like that's what they were coming in as. That's what we were talking. Like coming in, there was a lot of talk about the Bengals repeating back to the Super Bowl.
But last year he was still sacked a lot. Last year,
exactly.
It was still sacked a lot. He made it happen, but it's just that this year is just worse.
Yeah, I think obviously they only return 1 starter on that O-line, so they have to get that continuity. They have to get that chemistry going. I don't even talk about the Bengals no more. Their disappointment. This is bad. They have an elite running back. They have elite receivers. They have to find a way and do a better job.
So it's only.
But what I want to do,
I'm gonna put in my 2 cents.
Let me just finish right here, Dio. I just want to say, Micah Parsons is a top 5 defensive player in this league, and I really want to say top 3. And he might go ahead and win Defensive Player of the Year. No one else in this league can pass rush and play in coverage like he can. He literally does everything on the field. So
I would agree with that. I can definitely agree with that.
In my opinion, he's
they even played. They played pretty well last week too against Tom Brady and them too. Like they didn't play terrible. Their defense at least. But as far as the Bengals go, I told y'all, bro. I've been telling y'all for the past years, bro. They are overrated. They made a run. I don't know why we keep on putting Joe Burrow on this pedestal, regardless of what he's, bro. Joe Burrow will never have as good of a season as he did last year, bro. Joe Burrow's name will start to diminish and diminish and diminish and diminish, bro.
Do you know what he did last year?
That might be a tough take.
You know what he did last year?
What?
Joe Burrow.
Do
you know? Yeah.
That will be his best year of his career, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like moving forward.
I mean, he made the Super Bowl, so I mean, it can't really get like.
He threw 34. I'm on stat wise. He threw 34 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. I think he's going to have a better year than that.
4,600 yards. Yeah,
I think right now
he got elite receiver.
Right now, exactly, he has elite receivers right now. But as the years progress, he's going to start losing all those pieces, and he's going to be. Everybody's going to. I don't think people are going to want to come play with Joe Burrow. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
What? Yeah, that's a crazy take.
That is crazy, man.
I really think so. Unless he goes somewhere else. If he goes somewhere else, that might be a different story. If people not going to come to Cincinnati and play with Joe Burrows, bro. I promise you that.
I don't think Jamar's leaving them.
Yeah.
They got each other for the next 4 years.
It's crazy because last night, that game, Jamar Chase was talking all that trash about Diggs, and he was getting put in the seatbelt, bro. I'm not going to say seatbelt, but Diggs held him.
This is what Jamar said. Jamar said he's either or. Jamar said he's either lock you up or you're open type shit. Like, that's what he said.
That's disrespectful.
And was it good Diggs or good defensive line?
It was good Diggs. They make some plays, bro. Diggs made some plays. He was shadowing, and he was shadowing. He was shadowing all game too. So y'all can't discredit that, bro. Am I saying Diggs is elite?
I'm gonna say this again. Diggs is not that good. He's good because of his defensive line and how they pressure the quarterback.
I would agree.
Not that good.
He's a good player. He's not a top 25 player. I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, exactly. Let's take a turn. The Broncos barely beat the Texans. Russell's literally struggling all game. You can see his former teammates clowning him on Twitter. It's getting ugly. I mean, they did come out with the victory, but they did struggle in the 9-16 win over the Texans. So
can I give him the same energy I was giving Tua when he was making those ugly passes for week 1?
No, I always said, people always told me that Russ was an elite quarterback. He was top 5, top 10. He is top 10, but I never viewed Russell Wilson as that elite guy. Before the season started, DL can attest to this, I had the Broncos finishing last in that division. And I still have them finishing last, even with the Raiders being 0-2. I still have them finishing last in that division. These guys lost to the Seahawks and then they struggle to beat the Texans. It is going to be a rough season for them. Russell Wilson looks like dog shit.
Poo-poo. What's his motto? Is it less? Is it
unlimited?
Unlimited.
Well, he's looking very limited.
No, man, I see where you're coming from, Wayne, but like, I can honestly say, bro, like, I'm half and half when it comes to Russell Wilson because this man has never had an elite receiver to play with, and he still has been pretty good in his career, throughout his career. If you don't sit up there, don't say Tyler Lockett. Do not say Doug.
Doug Baldwin was balling. He played with Jimmy Graham. He played with Jimmy Graham, who was revered as a top 3 tight end in the game. So I'm not hearing none of that. And then he played with the best rushing game. He had Marshawn.
And in those seasons, did he not produce? He threw for 4,000, like 4,500 yards last year, right?
Hold on.
He was hurt.
That's that's when he had to throw the ball. And what was their record?
Russell Wilson does the same thing every season. Maybe he might turn it around. Every season he bowled.
He never threw for 4,500 yards. Just putting that out there.
4,000.
You know what?
And he only threw 40 touchdowns. 40 touchdowns once for one of his seasons. This is one thing I got to say about Russ, though. Russ was only good when his running game was good. Whenever Marshawn was out, you had to rely on Russ. He relied on his feet. He made plays, running out the pocket, throwing the ball. But now you in Bronco country. You have a good running game, but the Broncos throw the ball more than they run for the Seahawks. And their system is different. So I don't think they are catering to Russell. And I think that's why he's struggling. And I just think he's not a good thrower. He's not a good quarterback.
Time out.
He could win games.
That's a strong take.
Time out.
Listen, this is how I feel about Russell. We're not going to do this to Russell. But I've always had this sentiment about Russell Wilson. I said Russell Wilson can win games. He can go out there. He's an athlete. He's a baller. He can go out there. He can win you games. I feel like Russ is the type of person you could put him anywhere. He'll find a way to help you win a game on offense. Quarterback is probably obviously his best position, but I don't think Russ, in my eyes, is a good quarterback.
Good or elite?
Is great elite. Is great elite.
Yeah.
Then he's not great to me.
Okay. I'm fine with that. To say good, to say good is crazy.
All right, he's not great to me. Yeah.
Russell Wilson does this thing every year, and maybe he reverses it. He balls out in the beginning of the season, the first half, and then he tapers off. It always happens when he's in Seattle. Maybe he might reverse it this year. So before DL goes in about his Wilson take, I always thought Russell's always overrated. Stat patter. He's just Kirk Cousins with running ability. Oh, go ahead.
Kirk Cousins. So if he's Kirk Cousins,
you're not right,
yo. If he's Kirk Cousins,
right.
Hey, here we go, Joey. Here we go, Joey.
Right.
If he's Kirk Cousins, standard, he's also Carson Wentz.
Dak Prescott.
Tell
right. That's Wayne's standard. Wayne's standard is Kirk Cousins. Everybody
that's literally what it is. You're Kirk Cousins because you're like good, but you're not great. You feel me? You're good, but you're not great.
All right. Well, I don't really watch the Seahawks play. But I was about to go based off of his stats, bro. There's only been one season since 2015 in which he didn't go over 4,000 yards, bro. That's pretty good. And only one season in which he's thrown double-digit picks.
You said since 2015?
Since 2015.
You'll be blind, bro. I don't know what
stats are you looking at?
Yeah.
There's only been 3 seasons. I'm looking at it right now.
You said 2015 or 2016?
Yeah, 2015.
2017, 3,983 yards.
I said there's only been 3 seasons in which he didn't throw for 4,000.
Oh no, it sound like you said one time.
No. And honestly, if you count 3,983, not 4,000, then okay, I understand.
It's not 4,000.
That's what I say. So 2.5. I give you 2.5. I give you 2.5. But on top of that, he's thrown double-digit picks 3 times, and only 11, 11, and 13, which is not terrible. To 40 touchdowns, 35 touchdowns, 34 touchdowns. That's pretty good. So
you want me to read Kirk Cousins stats?
Look at the caliber. I say all this to say, look at the caliber of receivers that Russell Wilson has played with, and let's not sit up here and say Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett, Javon Kirk, but do not do that. Please do not do that.
Well, they're not good.
Yeah, DK for the last 3 years.
One-trick pony. Are we talking about one-trick pony, DK? Who only runs one route, and that's what we always say.
So, but DK don't get 1,000 yards every year?
My point is, Russell Wilson has made his receivers and has been productive with what he's been given, and he also won a Super Bowl and made it to Super Bowl twice. That's not you can't discredit that
game. Marshawn Lynch was the factor every game, and then the reason they lost is because they didn't give him. They didn't give the best player.
What was the reason why they won? What was the reason why they won?
Because of him.
I don't know, man.
So you telling me? So they didn't win the Super Bowl because of Marshawn Lynch?
I can agree.
They won the Super Bowl because of the defense.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Legion of Boom.
So Marshawn Lynch did not carry them there?
I mean, that defense carried them there, but
so
my
point is this.
You have to score on offense. That's what I'm saying. Marshawn Lynch,
he threw some pretty good passes to his playmakers.
I'm pretty sure the Broncos didn't score in that Super Bowl.
They didn't.
Right there. I'm not talking about Super Bowl. I'm talking about that entire season, even the playoffs, the people they played. Marshawn balled that entire playoff. That was a running back playoff performance that we kind of like don't forget. Like yo, remember when he just went off, right? So like, come on.
My ultimate point about Russell Wilson is that at one point of his career, we considered him an elite talent and an elite quarterback.
Never.
Y'all did. I never considered him.
We used to argue about this in the shack all the time. Me and Joey was there saying he's not elite.
He's a game manager. He manages the game.
Is he now?
Yes.
No. But at one point,
that's what.
No,
Tom
I'm talking
Brady
about.
does.
Time out. Don't disrespect Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
I don't
know, Joe. Why you going so hard on Russ like that? That's crazy. When that's really who Tua's going to end up becoming.
Oh.
Well, listen. Listen. Hey, but guess what? Hey, but Wayne, when I said Tua is Russell Wilson dual threat, y'all didn't say he was a dual threat. I said he was a dual threat, Russell Wilson. I said that before, and I'm okay with that because we got Tyreek Hill and Waddle, so we already have better receivers than what the hell Wilson has. So we're good.
I gotta throw this in there before we start. So. Joey, I gotta ask you: are you taking back your Herbert over Tua take?
I thought about it. At first, I was in the moment. I was like, "Yeah, man, fuck Herbert." But nah, but now, I know. Again, my take was always we should have drafted Herbert. I think in the case of having Brian Flores and the situation that we had, I think if we would have had Herbert, we probably would have been in a better situation. Because I think if we had Herbert, I think we still get Tyreek Hill because we still have the cap space and we still get Waddle. I think we still get those players. I think because we had a lot of draft picks coming in, I think with Herbert, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill, we score more points against the Patriots. I feel a lot better going versus the Bills.
100%. With Herbert, y'all have a chance to actually beat. No, I was just going to comment like with Herbert, bro. Y'all actually have a chance to actually win the NFC East, bro. I mean AFC East. I'm sorry.
We still have a chance. Don't try us. Me.
I'm gonna go, and I am taking Tua over Herbert.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
This is funny to me because in the NFL. Only when it comes to Tom Brady do we value winning and don't care about the stats. But every other time, we only care about the stats. Tua is a winner. He's proven to be a winner time and time again. He has won 10 games for the team 2 straight years in a row. Justin Herbert has proven that he cannot finish. He cannot finish. He didn't finish in college. Disappoints. He always put up the stats, but he can never put up the dubs. And that is why Tua is over Herbert. Tua came in the league with Devontae Parker being his best weapon. Let me say that again. Tua came into the league with Devontae Parker being his best weapon, who historically, one, cannot stay on the field, and two, is one of the worst separators. He gets the worst separation out of any receiver in the league. He came into the league with a head coach that didn't want him, who was setting him up for failure, who had 2 co-offensive coordinators. Have you ever heard that besides the Patriots this year? Stupid shit. Then look at their offense right now. Right? And then also, offensive line was horrible and had no running game. Now he has an average offensive line, and now he has weapons. And now we see Tua flourishing, and now Tua for MVP. That campaign is going strong. And I'm saying it for the rest of the year.
That was some good points. The only thing I can say is that didn't Herbert get a new coach too?
He did get a new coach.
Herbert did get a new coach. The only thing I can say, Herbert started with more weapons. Obviously, they have him throwing the ball more, obviously, but I think Tua is just starting where Herbert started from. So, I think that's that now. That's why I said beginning of the season, I'm not gonna give Tua any shit. I'm gonna like, no, what Tua? I'm gonna give you this year. Let you do your thing. I'm gonna let you ball out. I'm gonna root for you. because now he has the weapons to show and say, hey, if you can't ball out with these guys, then you're not the guy for our team. So, but
stats are going to be so skewed. Like,
what do you mean?
The stats are going to be so skewed, bro. Like, it's just like,
why would the stats be skewed?
Because he has two of the fastest receivers in the league.
So you're mad that he has weapons?
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You said one thing that separates Tom Brady is the fact that he wins. We don't care about. No, we love Tom Brady because he's literally made every receiver that he's played with, even including the Bucs right now, who didn't have Mike Evans, who didn't have Chris Godwin this weekend, and Tom Brady was still diamond, who didn't have Julio.
Mike Evans played. Mike Evans
played for.
First of all, Tom Brady was not fucking dominant this weekend. What are we talking about?
He did not ball this week. Tom Brady.
He hasn't balled since the season started. What are we talking about right now?
Tom Brady has not played well. Tom Brady has not played well.
All right, we're talking about 2 games versus how many games with Tom? You going off of 2 games, Dwayne?
No, you said this season. Did
you say this season? You said this season.
You started naming people who he's without, but he wasn't balling.
That's not. He wasn't balling, but like he's still making the plays to win. Like
Tom Brady looked ass until the niggas.
He's a winner. Tom Brady's a winner.
But he also makes his receivers, bro. I will take back the 2 games this year. In the past, Tom Brady has made his receivers, bro, and has balled with the receivers that he has.
So let me ask you this: You
just told me last year, bro, he went over 5,000 yards and damn near won MVP.
But I was upset about that. But do you think Gronk?
He didn't make any of those people he played with last year.
But do you think Gronkowski, one of the greatest tight ends of all time, you think that wasn't a great weapon for him to have?
It was. But he's also won without Gronk. When we beat the Falcons, Gronk wasn't playing.
Told me that guy, you told me he had a Hall of Famer on his team.
Who? I mean, he did.
You told me he has a Hall of Fame.
But you're not going to sit up here and tell me, Drew. We're not going to get on this because we know he's going to the Hall of Fame. Off the fact that he has 3.
No, he's not. He's not a fucking Hall of Fame.
I didn't say first ballot. He's going to the Hall of Fame, bro. I guess.
He could not 100th ballot.
All right, we'll see. Only time will tell.
I don't know about.
Only time will tell. But to the point of him having weapons, what does he do when he has weapons, bro? Balls. And what does he do when he doesn't have weapons? Make them. But
Tua is 15-8. And that's his record.
His record? That's not bad.
Yeah. Do you know who's next? The next quarterback that came in his draft has a losing record. Tua is the only quarterback that has a winning record. Joe Burrow has a losing record. Herbert has a losing record. Who is the other quarterback? Jalen Hurts has a losing record.
Joe Burrow has a losing record?
Hey, I think Jalen Hurts has a losing record.
I don't think Joe Burrow has. I don't know. Jalen Hurts.
Joe Burrows is 11-15-1.
I don't think Jalen Hurts has a losing record though, because they won more games than they lost last year.
He might have a winning record, but Tua has a better
2
record.
games. Yeah, Tua definitely has.
With Tua, I'll have to say
Tua wins games regardless. So. That's one thing I can't deny. I can't deny that. He won games. Our defense helped him out. But you can't deny that about the Patriots.
I can't deny it because we're going to have to go off of this year. We're going to have to base it off this year and see what he does. Because you're saying all of this and still criticizing Lamar for not winning playoff games when Tua hasn't even made it to the playoff. So that's 2 years.
But Tua
that's why are we comparing that when Tua came into a worse situation?
I just said we're going to have. What did I just say? I said we're going to have to go off of this year. So don't say that. No, I'm saying don't call it too early. Don't call it too early.
What I'm saying, you can't compare Tua and Lamar. You can't do that because Lamar came into a situation where he was in a really good situation.
My point is this:
playoffs.
You're saying he's a winner. You're saying he's 15-8. 15-8 with what to show for? Not even a playoff appearance. So what are we going off of? The fact that he can win in the regular season?
He had a winning record. He had a winning record for 2 years.
A winning record to not get them on to the next level, bro. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying it's too soon to tell.
Let me put it this way, right? You said it's too soon to tell. He had a winning record 2 years in a row, and the 2 years he didn't go, he missed the playoff spot by 1 game.
Still missed the playoffs.
And hold up, he missed the playoffs, but he didn't play the entire season. That first season, he didn't play the entire season. He missed it by 1 game. The next season, he played the entire season. He missed it by 1 game,
Yeah, he didn't play all the games last year.
Yeah, he also didn't play all the games last year. Most of the games. So let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish real quick. Because you're saying, he has nothing to show for it. He's been so close with less. He had less. He had nothing compared to Lamar Jackson that you just compared him to, they gave him they catered a system for him so he can ball. They changed their system for Lamar Jackson so he can ball. He had a good tight end. He had a great running game with the running back they had, and he also is an MVP caliber. So you're comparing a guy that had no weapons that hasn't even proved himself to an MVP. I think that's unfair. You can't do that. You got to compare him to the guy that he came in with. Compare him to the guys that he came in with. That's the guys you need to compare him to, because I feel like you compare him to Lamar Jackson. Joey, you got to compare Lamar to Patrick.
I'm simply going off of what you all stated as far as him winning, and you said he has nothing. I'm
comparing him to the guys he came in with. That's the guy. That's the guys I was comparing him to. I'm not comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady. I'm comparing him to the guys he came in with.
I'm comparing him to Lamar Jackson because this is also a guy who we said didn't have any weapons besides Mark Andrews. Lamar Jackson
had the best running game in football.
But Lamar Jackson also rushed for 1,000 yards and won MVP, throwing for 3,000 yards.
His running back had 1,000 yards.
Okay.
And he had another running back with almost 600, 700 yards.
But he also had 1,000 yards and threw for 3,000 yards. So,
like you said, had a great running game in football.
What does he have to show for it? Okay, he made it out of one, but he still has an MVP. I understand.
Yes, I understand.
Listen. I understand what you're saying. Tua may not have played this many games, X amount of games. All I'm saying is that based off of that fact, it's too soon to tell, because if you put it the opposite way, you'll be like, oh, well, he didn't play this many games. Two made the playoffs, or he didn't play this many. So give him a full season. I say this about every single player. Give them a full season before you start being like, oh, well, because now you compare him to Justin Herbert. Wayne said he's better than Justin Herbert.
Because they came in at the same time.
I understand.
So what you're getting confused about, and what I'm actually saying to you is that I'm comparing him to his peers, the guys he came in with. We compare Lamar to Patrick Mahomes and the other guys he came in. We said he's balling, but he don't got a playoff win like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. Those are his peers. He's not peers with Lamar Jackson because he's not in that playing field yet. He's not there yet.
Okay. So to touch on your point, then let him play a full season first, because Justin Herbert play a full season, and his stats are still, in my opinion, better than Tua. But you would probably say
that.
But I'm saying you would probably only say that because Tua didn't play a full season yet. So that's why
I'm saying that because Tua didn't have the weapons that he had with Mike Williams. Herbert, he got Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen.
And he had them since he got there. He had them since he got there, right? And I'm not saying Herbert is not performing. Herbert is doing.
He's not finishing.
He's doing exactly.
He's not busting that nut. He just going in this thing. He's not doing that, right?
He's performing. He got the numbers. He's doing Tony Romo.
That is a great. That's what he's Tony Romo.
He's doing Tony Romo. He's doing regular performance. Regular season performing. Playoffs. He's not getting. And that's what we said about Lamar until he got that one, right? So that's what we're saying about Herbert. And that's what we're saying about Herbert, right? And we're going to only say the same thing about Tua until he gets that opportunity. Until Tua goes into playoff and lose, we can't talk about playoffs. He got to get there first.
Well, like you said, Justin Herbert was a tie away from going into the playoffs. So, like you said, that one game, like
they're close. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm comparing. But again, I did take Herbert. I'm still taking Herbert over Tua. I'm just saying it's not that far away. I just want to see what Tua going to do again. Like I said before, the full year with the weapons that he has.
I guess to dumb it down. I guess to dumb it down for y'all, and I mean, because I think y'all understand what I'm saying. But to dumb it down for the fans, you give Justin Herbert, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle, he does way better than what Tua would do with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
That's not fair. He has Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, bro. That's
crazy.
That's not fair. And Eckler, he has a way better running back than Tua.
No,
that's not fair.
I said if you put Justin Herbert on the Dolphins, he produces way more than Tua would do on the Chargers.
I mean, possibly you have a different.
Actually, no, because now Tua will have excellent route runners who can catch these short passes and intermediate passes where he thrives in.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't know, Wayne. You got if you give Herbert, Allen, and Tyreek. I mean, not Waddle and Tyreek, which are deep threats. He got an arm.
Is Justin Herbert?
He will throw a lot more interceptions.
Is Justin Herbert, or is he not a better thrower of the ball than Tua?
He is.
I think
he's a better long ball. Yeah, he is.
Oh my god.
I think Herbert is a better quarterback right now. But I think the reason why he's better. I think he's
Tua MVP. Tunga Vailoa.
He had to make sure
every day.
He had to Google translate that one.
Because I usually call him Tua. I usually call Tua turn the ball over. I try to find something cooler to say something.
But Herbert, the thing about Herbert had a head start to his career. I wouldn't say a head start. Herbert just started on time. Tua started late, and that's all.
Let's overreact real quick. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals stunned the Raiders, coming back from a 20-3 deficit in overtime. I don't know if anybody saw that Isaiah Simmons fucking boomstick on Hunter Renfrow, but that was crazy for a scoop and score touchdown to win the game. Question for you guys: overreact? We might overreact. Is the Carr and Devontae Adams experiment failing?
Oh, I got 2 bones to pick. I don't know who said it, but somebody was on the Derek Carr bandwagon. They love Derek Carr.
He left.
He left. Okay.
He left.
My other bone to pick was about Kyler Murray. Wayne, when I was picking my fantasy team, he said, I don't know if Kyler Murray's going to get it done. Kyler Murray has given me 25-plus points every week. Kyler Murray surprised me this week. But to answer your question, I don't think it's failing. I just don't think the Raiders have it. I don't think Derek Carr is good. Again, I think he's.
that's Jersey word.
I don't think he's good, bro. I just don't. Again, I am a big fan of Romo, Dak Prescott, and these guys. But is that effect?
Are you a Cowboys fan?
Derek Carr is Kirk Cousins with a shoulder injury.
Bro, I feel like that's all he does, man. He balls well in the regular season. Comes to playoffs, you can't do anything. You see the stats, his stats look crazy. You'd be like, this guy should be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, but he doesn't win. Like, I don't understand it. You got the best quarterback. You got the best I'm gonna say the best receiver in the league. You have a top 5 tight end in the league. I don't know what happened to your running back. He just regressed, but
they can't run the ball.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I understand what you guys got going on. A lot of stuff happened in LA with their players, or arrest, coaches getting fired, and things like that. And a lot of distractions, even distractions that happened with AB and all that. But you gotta win football. You gotta get on the field. You gotta get on the field. You gotta win the game, and you just can't do it. And honestly, I'm tired of trying to blame anybody else but Derek Carr. It's his that's all I'm gonna say.
I put the Carr and Adams experiment failing, but the real experiment to me that's failing is the Chandler Jones and Mason Crosby. I thought they were going to be a top pass rush duo in the league.
Well, Max Crosby. Max Crosby is actually not doing bad. You look at his grades. His grades are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's just the other side of the line that isn't doing too well.
Well, they're not getting that much pressure. Kyler Murray has been having every quarterback I've seen them play has had a lot of time. Through the first 2 games, there's not sacks.
Kyler Murray was right.
Max Crosby had 1 sack. Chandler Jones had 0 sacks. They're not doing anything. Last week when they played Justin Herbert, they had 0 sacks as a unit. Right. So 1 sack in 2 games is not cutting it. So
Kyler Murray was running around like a little kid, bro. Like he was making plays though. He made plays to win the game. And I think the Raiders are going to be the worst team in that division.
I still got them finishing ahead of the Broncos.
I think the Broncos got lucky this week. They just happened to play the Texans.
I'll be right back.
But I think the Raiders they're not going to be able to do anything this year. I think their schedule is tough. Schedule is hard. You're going to visit Milhomme. You're going to see Herbert again. They might beat the Broncos. They might sweep the Broncos. We'll see. Let's see if Russ fix whatever we need to fix, get unlimited or something like that. But I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the Raiders. I don't think I ever really liked the Raiders like that. But it's nothing against them. It's nothing about my Agent Troy's the Raiders. It's just I just don't think they're gonna ball
out. I think y'all tripping. I really do.
It's like y'all wilding, bro. Y'all wilding.
For one, the Davante Adams.
I don't think that's failing.
That's not failing. To answer that question, that in no way, shape, or form is failing. Last week they played the Chargers and they barely lost, and Davante Adams had 10 receptions for like $150 or something like that. This week I don't know what his stats were this week. Let me look at his stats for this week. I didn't get to see it. His stats this week was 2 for 12. Okay, so he didn't get as much targets. Derek Carr had 244, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they lost in overtime.
Hunter Renfrow caught the ball.
Davante Adams had 7 targets,
and that's not a bad amount of targets for
and only 2 receptions. That's terrible.
But that's not a bad. But again. He had 244 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So it's not like he wasn't forced. He wasn't forcing the ball. 7 targets
enough to win the game.
I wouldn't say. All right. To that point, the Cardinals are not a bad team. Like they may be a bad team on paper, but what were they last year? They were the leader. They had the best record, or second best record in the NFC. Kyler Murray's still good. The defense is still decent. Who they played week 1? They played the Chiefs week 1. That's why they got beat on. The Chiefs the Chiefs winning.
You talking about the Raiders?
No, I'm talking about the Cardinals. The Cardinals.
Oh,
the Cardinals lost to the Chargers, who was another good team in the AFC. Like I said, the Cardinals played the Chiefs first game. And of course, they shouldn't have got beat on like that. But hey, what do you expect? Patrick Mahomes, you have him as the best quarterback in the league. Travis Kelce, you have him as the best tight end in the league. But let's not sit up here and act like the Cardinals are garbage. Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. Kyler Murray made plays.
So, but are we going to sit here and say the Raiders are not, based off the players that they have, who's better, the Raiders or the Cardinals?
I think the Raiders should have won the game, but at the same time, the Cardinals aren't a bad team, and it's any given Sunday type of situation. But I think about it, they lost in overtime on 2 Hunter Renfrow fumbles, basically because he fumbled back-to-back plays, which is crazy.
That second one, the first one,
the first one was ball security. The second one, he got booed. I think he was concussed.
He didn't get up.
But like I said, the defense only gave up 23 points. That's not terrible.
They had that's bad when you had a 20-3 lead.
They were. There was a comeback. That was a comeback.
That was a comeback. Okay, that was a comeback. It was like 23-9 or something like that.
And again, Derek Carr, I'm giving the same energy. Can't let a team score 17 unanswered points.
You got to go down the field and score a touchdown.
I can see that.
Especially with Davante Adams.
I'm just saying, given the 2 teams that the Raiders just played, it's not a big deal that they're 0-2. That's all. Like the Cardinals could easily be 0-2, and what we would say the Cardinals suck. But now the Cardinals have a conversation to be a good team now. Is it because they beat the Raiders or because they were good last year?
I don't think my feelings about the Cardinals changed after that loss. I think my feelings changed more about the Raiders. I think that game was for the Raiders to lose. And I think the Cardinals came out on top because Kyler Murray made a play because Kyler Murray is just a hell of a player.
Yeah.
I don't think the receivers helped them out as much. I mean, Zach Ertz did pretty well. But I think Kyler Murray made a play to win the game. I think the Raiders just lost that game.
Yeah.
They should have won that game. Yeah. So, yeah.
I had the Raiders winning.
Yeah.
But I just say that to say, like, that game could have went either way from the jump. Although it looked like the Raiders should have blew them out based off the score, that game could have went either way from the jump. Like,
but they should have. Because you start off the game with, you're up by 3 scores. There's no reason you should lose that game. Like, right? You
like the Ravens.
When it happened. Yeah, exactly. You're not supposed to lose this game.
But 35 points is different from 23, bro.
Yeah. That's a big... No. So, yeah. I mean, it is different, but when you look at a Dolphins offense, that explosive offense versus the Ravens defense, you can be like, I could see that happening because Tyreek is one of the fastest players, the fastest player in NFL. And you have somebody else that's probably top 3, top 5 with speed. So you can see it sort of happening. I can understand that. But then you look at the Cardinals and you see how they did that. You're like, no, this is not supposed to happen. This is not. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all just giving this game up.
Kyler Murray did shut up the haters, though. That's for sure.
He did. He definitely did. That boy was tired.
Are you speaking for yourself, Wayne?
I mean, we both picked. You were here.
But I never hated on. I never said Kyler Murray wasn't going to be good.
I didn't say it either. I had it in my top 10. Last year, I was saying he better than Lamar.
Oh, we didn't ask the question, bro. You said last year you were saying he was better than Lamar. I wish Chris was here for that one. Dak or Tua, Joey?
Dak or Tua?
Yeah,
I'm taking.
It's the same freaking player.
I'm taking big play.
It's the same player. It's just Tua broke his hip before he got to the league.
That was my biggest thing about Tua, man. I like Tua. I was like, Tua was probably the best Alabama quarterback that I've seen, and I was just like, this man just got hurt. Why are we drafting him? That was my only thing about Tua. I think now he's healthy. He got weapons. I'm gonna start talking shit.
Let's go. I got something for y'all. Let's rank them. That's what I'm calling rank them. So we're gonna rank these young quarterbacks that have been in the league 3 years or less.
Okay.
Based on their first 2 weeks performances. So you got Justin Herbert, Tua, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, right?
Well, hold on. You said Tua, Justin
Herbert.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow,
Joe,
Trevor Lawrence,
and we just doing those 4.
Those 4, based on the first 2 weeks of the season. I want you guys to rank them in order.
Okay, that's easy. I'm putting Justin first, Tua second, Trevor third, Joe last.
Joe Burrow,
Smooth.
Burrow, right?
I put Burrow. I put Burrow last, and Tua second, Trevor third, and Joe fourth. Now, Trevor, Justin, Tua, and Trevor are a lot closer than Joe is closer to any of them right now. There's a drop off for me.
This might be crazy for me to say because of how much trash I talk about Burrow, but I have to switch to
based on the first 2 weeks.
The first 2 weeks of the season.
Oh, the first 2 weeks of the season?
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to keep that order, bro. Actually, Burrow's last, bro.
That's what I put. I put Burrow last.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the same exact order then. Herbert.
Yeah, I got the same exact order too.
Yeah.
I wanted to put Trevor Lawrence above. If Tua didn't have this performance this weekend, 100%. Trevor Lawrence is going to be number 2.
Joey, you better ride this wave as long as you better ride this wave for the next 4 days, bro.
When we were losing, I was at a wedding. All right, we were losing.
And
I
then
said
you
we're
start
getting our ass beat. I said we're getting our ass beat, and what I say right after that, I said, but this game is not over.
Facts.
and we came back. I'm also going to have faith
because when you said that, Trubisky threw a touchdown to fire move. I was like,
another one, Wayne. Another fantasy pick. You said he was iffy about. Said he's a red zone target.
I picked him in my parlay, and then George fucked it up by losing. All right. Our last topic, we're gonna talk about our top performers and our top disappointments this week. So, I'm gonna start it off. So, my top performer this week is going to be Aiden Hutchinson of the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
Rookie had an amazing game. 3 sacks, 2 tackles for loss as they whipped. Well, Carson came back and made it entertaining in the end, but they beat the Washington Commanders. So I got Aiden Hutchinson, my top performer of the week. Now, disappointment. My disappointment of the week. I would have to go with the entire. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna let y'all. That's just the performance for now. Let's just go performance for now.
Performers, all right.
Top performers for now.
Top performers.
Then,
All right. So my top performer of the week. I know we talked a lot about him, but I'm not gonna say him. I'm gonna say Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle. He made plays happen. He made big catches. I expect that from Tyreek, but I was really surprised with what. Because Jalen Waddle, he had a lot of receptions last year. Didn't have as many yards as I wanted him to have. But this year, he's not playing any games. He's making big plays. He's my top performer of the week. 111 receptions, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns.
This might surprise y'all. I can easily say, like you said, Tyreek Hill. That man had 200 yards. That's crazy. 2 touchdowns.
190.
Hey, swear bro. That was ridiculous. I could say Kyler Murray because that man also played ridiculous. Brought his team back through that dime for the 2-point conversion. After 3 plays of scrambling around, he eventually just ran it into, for that touchdown to push to get the extra, what I'm saying, to be able to go for 2, and then threw the dime to go for 2. But I'm gonna go with somebody y'all never would think. I'm gonna have to go with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper had a bounce back performance from last week. Only had 2 catches last week. He had 9 for 101 and a touchdown this year. They lost, and it probably was because he didn't recover that onside kick. But on offense, he was just.
Was it him who missed it?
Yeah, he missed it. It was definitely him who missed it. But he started off the game. I think it was like 4 targets, 4 receptions, like 64 yards and a touchdown. And from there, he ended with like 9 and 101. And he definitely was making plays throughout the game to keep them ahead. But, obviously they lost. But I'm going to still give him player of the week because he had such a bad performance last week.
Nice. All right. My top disappointment. Not only is he my top disappointment of this week, he is my top disappointment of the season thus far.
Jesus Christ.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh man, don't do it to my boy.
Baker.
Don't do it to my boy.
Had high hopes for you. Thought you was gonna do it. Thought you had a chance. We continue to disappoint me. 48.3% completion percentage. A measly 145 yards and 1 touchdown.
Measly.
74.6 QB rating.
I feel that.
Baker Mayfield, you disgust me this week.
That's so weird.
And your team lost again, and now the Panthers are 0-2.
Hey, man. I got him on my bench. Luckily, he on my bench. They're not starting for me.
So my disappointment of the week. Don't like him very much, but I do respect him. It's gonna be Tom Brady. I did not expect him to play the way he played. He threw the ball 34 times. He completed it 18 times. I don't know the complete percentage there, but
you got a little bit over half, a little, like 60%.
Yeah, it's a little over half. 190 yards, 1 touchdown. Even though he won, he only got sacked 1 time. He's a winner. You're right. But the reason why I have him as my disappointment, I'm not sure what he has going on at home, whatever he got going on, but he gets Wednesdays off. Right? He gets Wednesdays off every week. I expect you to come in fresh, ready to go. You throw 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, whatever you got to do. No, he's not on my fantasy. I just expect more from Tom Brady, the GOAT. Doesn't matter who's on the field or not. Mike Evans get out the game. I've seen him work with less ball, but he won the game. But that's my disappointment. I just expected a little bit more. Now, the Saints defense is good, but that never stopped Tom Brady. So.
All right. Your disappointment of the week.
Bruh. I'm going to have to go with the Commanders. The entire Commanders defense. It was ridiculous what the Lions did to them. And what ridiculous
Jared Goff did to them.
Ridiculous.
And Jared Goff went off.
I watched DeAndre Swift catch a pass, fall to the ground, get up and run in the end zone untouched.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Ridiculous. I don't know if
watch it and it sounds crazy, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if whatchamacallit didn't play. Allen, I think it was, the D lineman.
He played.
Yeah. He played? Okay. But for them to give up that many points to the Detroit Lions, not make stops in crucial parts of the game when they started making a run, in comparison to how they played last week. I know they played – who they played last week? The
Jaguars.
The Jaguars played last week, which is even worse because they kind of gave up some points last week too. But they just looked awful in comparison to how they played last week. They have one of the best pass rushing defenses, and they let Amon-Ra St. Brown run.
He's nice, though.
He's nice. But they let Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown and DeAndre Swift get up off the ground and run for a touchdown. Do whatever they wanted all game. And that was just disgusting to watch. I am ashamed to be from the DMV. And that is a big reason why I do not claim the Commanders as my favorite.
Commander, I feel you. So. You know, I have nothing against the Commanders. And I don't really like to root for people to lose, but I just want the Commanders to lose so Wayne can stop talking about Carson Wentz.
7 touchdowns on the season, baby. 7 touchdowns on the season. 650 yards. 65% completion percentage.
I know.
It ain't him.
You mean Kirk Cousins with freckles?
It ain't Carson, baby. He may start slow, but he gonna finish.
Yo, I'm dead.
Yeah, y'all know he won 4 straight. He won 5 straight national championships in college.
Yeah, he was a beast, bro. That's crazy. He played 5 years. How they let him play 5?
I am slowly becoming a Carson Wentz fan because of what he's been doing with the. You know, what he's been doing with the Commanders.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuels, it's funny because I actually have Daniel Gibson, I have Terry McLaurin, I have Logan Thomas.
And the whole Washington Commanders.
And Curtis Samuel. And they all gave me a decent amount of points this week. And with a Josh Allen touchdown a couple minutes ago, I just won my matchup this week. I am now 1-1, just like the Patriots.
Boo.
My bad.
I'm about to beat Dwayne.
Yeah, because I freaking sat Rashad Bateman because I'm like, he's playing the Dolphins. He shouldn't do anything. Went for 20. But I got Jay Jettis getting me 100 points. He gonna score 50.
We need Dalvin. We need Dalvin.
100 points.
I got Stephon Diggs and Dalvin left, so hopefully I can get me the dub.
All right, man.
Hopefully.
That was it that I had for that we had for this podcast episode. We appreciate everybody that came through and listened through. If you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, make sure you guys go to our YouTube and subscribe and, listen to the episode. If you're on YouTube, go on our YouTube, go on Spotify, Apple, and go ahead and just download and leave a review on the streaming service. The reviews help us get more people listen through, but we appreciate everybody because clearly our views are going up. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Smooth, Joey, anything y'all want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Listen, all I want to say, Dolphins, 1972. We started 2-0. Dolphins, 2022.
That was the last time y'all started 2-0?
2-0. No, I'm saying that's when we went undefeated, our undefeated season.
I'm about to say
Just watch it. All right, undefeated season.
Call me when you're on my block. Call me when you're in my city. Call me when you're on my block.
Yeah, man. So until next time, DL, you can't talk trash until y'all beat us again because the last 4 times we played, we beat y'all. Sure. All right. So you can't talk.
You know what I'm saying,
about the Patriots.
Until I can make playoff appearance, I won't hear nothing you talking about.
It don't matter.
Until y'all beat us in a playoff appearance. Just make the wild. That's all I'm asking.
We beat y'all in Foxborough. We beat y'all in Miami. We beat y'all anywhere. We could go to London. We beat y'all over there. It don't matter. We gonna beat y'all. Tua got Belichick's number, bro. That's it.
Foxborough, Miami, Gillette. Don't matter. Dolphins in 2.
Dolphins in 2. All right, man. We appreciate everybody that came out and listened to this episode, man. Until next time, I am Wayne, and we'll see you.